What's good, my zesty Leos? It is I, Lee, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. Today we're going to do a reading all about what you need to know right now. I know it has been a hot minute since I've done a reading for all the zodiac signs, and I'm glad to be back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Alethea, but you can call me Lee. I am an intuitive reader and also a stroke survivor. I said that because sometimes, or if not sometimes, all the time, I will stammer over my words. There is a retrograde going on too. But please be patient with me as I am trying to continue to be patient with myself. It is my brain trying to heal the best way it knows how, okay? So let's get into it. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury of Leo. Uh-oh. Get back in there. What does my lovely zesty Leos, what do they need to know right now? I hope that everyone is doing well. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you're comfortable. But most importantly, I hope you know that you're loved. Okay, the bridge right there. One more time and then we're done. Strong right there. Okay, wasn't for certain how I wanted to put that, but whatever. Oh, hold on. Okay, so the first card out we have is correct your mistakes. Okay. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is saying that sometimes it's okay to make mistakes. And though we want to be right all the time, we cannot be. Okay? And whatever mistakes you have made, if it did not give you the desired outcome that you were hoping for, you have the ability to correct them. Right? And hold on. What's interesting is you see how the R is backwards, and the first word that I thought of was right. Like, we cannot be right all the time. So it's not our place to try to force people to see things from our perspective. You know, we have a lot of individuals that have a bad habit of doing that, especially those that are bookworms. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind learning from someone that is very educated book-wise. But when you have this, I don't know, it's something about, like, if you ask a question, they're like, oh, well, why don't you look it up? Like, don't be an asshole about this shit, okay? Like, you can guide me to it. If I'm asking you, then obviously I trust that you're going to tell me, because you've been shoving everything else down my throat or trying to cram it into my head for me to absorb. So there's, just because of the fact that someone is questioning you about something doesn't mean that they're trying to depend on you to do it all. I just want to put that out there. But for those that are brainiacs that, you know, tend to assume everything is, you know, the way that it is because that's the way that it is. I think you need to loosen up your grip a little bit and allow yourself to breathe a little more and experience things from other people's perspectives. Reflect on your truth. I feel like this is calling me out too, because sometimes I know I can be abrasive at times when I'm very passionate about certain things, and I don't mean to be. It's just, you know, I see something, I'm like, why don't you get it? Well, obviously, Lee, because they're not ready to get it, or maybe they don't know how to get it, you know. So I try to be mindful of those things. But at the end of the day, I see with these two cards together, if this is something within yourself, it's okay to make mistakes, but just keep your eyes on your truth. What the heck is that? Okay. Oh, that's on my vacuum. And I was like, that is weird. You know, this is the first time I've ever heard her. No, let me not talk smack, but it's the first time I've ever heard them vacuum. Interesting. Anyways, focusing, let me read what this says about correct your mistakes. Because I don't want to be wrong. I mean, if I am, then that's okay, but... Just a second. Oh. Excuse me, I shouldn't be sleepy. There we go, number 79. Okay, have you overreacted to a situation in the past and now you regret your behavior? Have you said something, or have you said or done something that has come back to haunt you? Set aside your pride and defenses and acknowledge your mistakes. There is no need to punish yourself or languish in remorse, nor should you paralyze yourself with righteous self-defense. We are all human. Accept your limitations in this area and learn from your mistakes. Ask significant others how you can bring back balance. Then peacefully move on. All is well. Okay. So basically this is saying for you to remember the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done to you, right? You got if you must make amends, do so with love in your heart and turn the situation over to the universe for healing. All right, so if I'm going to say that this can go both ways. Either someone has done something harmful to you or ended the connection with you, or you did something or said something that offended this person, and now it's time to take accountability. And like I said, we can't all be right at the same time. We just can't be. It's not fair to be right. So if you're trying to force your viewpoints on other people, then eventually they're going to get tired of talking to you, right? Reflect on your truth. So if this is someone that did the wrongdoing, then this is you looking back on the situation and saying, well, you know what? I still feel like this, and this. You know, don't let them get away with just trying to say their side. They need to listen to your truth as well. And do not allow them to manipulate you into believing that you need to just focus on their truth. Everyone has the right to their truth, but while we have three parts to it, you have your truth, they have their truth, and then you have the divine truth, right? And the universe is going to guide the situation the way that it needs to be, which is why the suggestion was to turn the situation over in love, react in love, and turn it over to the universe so that it can make amends the way that it needs to be, right? So, for whatever reason, I kind of feel like this is someone that has done something to you. and they need to correct their wrongs towards you. And maybe they will come up and apologize to you. So expect an apology for some of you. Or maybe you're the one that needs to do the apologizing whenever the time is right. Retreat. Now, I feel like this is saying to walk away from the situation. Allow the universe to handle it. Because, I mean, when we hear retreat, it's like, we got to move. We got to get away. We got to escape. You know, so how I'm looking at this, either you can look at this as two different ways. Either retreat as in leave the situation alone, or retreat, you know, the situation. Let's look at the booklet, because it's been a while since I've seen this. Come on. I wish they had this. I always say that. I wish they had this in alphabetical order so it would be better. Where you at? Retreat. Okay, page 71. Okay, so all right. Basically, what this is saying, are you feeling world weary or psychically fatigued? This energetic exhaustion is a result of overtaxing your body and brain and being disconnected to your true spirit. Okay, so with that being, yeah, let me see. It's calling for you to detach from the drain. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, all right. Some of you definitely need to just walk away from this situation. I feel like this person may come back, but I don't think that they have true intentions. They may for a little while, but I don't think that it's going to be for the highest good. And what I mean by that is I think that they're wanting to come back because of the familiarity of you. They know what type of person you are. Like maybe, you know, you are a gift giver, right? And they miss you always spoiling them for their birthday or whatnot. So they are like, man, I just want to get that back. I want that energy back. So they're going to try to you know, try to butter you up to try to get you back into their good graces, or try to get back into your good graces in hopes to achieve that again. But see, here's the thing. When people get into arguments or have disagreements, especially if hurt feelings are involved, it's hard to come back from that, you know, that first affliction. What's her name? Sheryl Crow. The first cut is the deepest. You know, is because that tenderness, you were open, assuming that this person would never hurt you, and they did. So there's a wound there. You know, whether it was treated or not, it is. And I feel that if you think about the circumstances and this person was just not a good person to you all the way around, and if they tried to come back, be like, I appreciate you apologizing, but I think it's best that we just remain the way that we are. Like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And you have every right to feel the way that you feel. And vice versa. If this is someone saying that they can't see you two reconciling any differences, okay, that's fine. Just give it to the universe and just hope that that person can heal from what has been done, and vice versa. Like, pray that you have the ability to fully heal from and forgive them for what they've done. And not forgiveness because of the fact that this means that you're going to allow this energy to happen to you again, but forgiveness because you could not, I mean, you had to accept the fact that you can't change nobody. You know, this person thought or made you feel like they would never do you wrong, and unfortunately you had to see things for what it is, and that was something that the universe needed you to see, right? So there's that. Now at the bottom of the deck we have raise your vibration. So yeah, I think it's best, whoever this person is, or persons, or even if it's family, like whoever this is, even if it's yourself, I think it's time for you to realize that it's time for you to go within yourself and fix these issues, raise your vibration. Because when it says to retreat, like I said, it could be you going back and retreating, because when we treat a wound, we take care of it, right? So I see both double entendres here, if that's even a word. Well, it is, but I'm just saying the same meaning, basically, but for two different things. Go within yourself and retreat, reheal, you understand, the wounds, because apparently this wound has been busted open and it is infected again through the, you know, the conversation, whether it is from you or from someone else, right? So that's what I see there. So as far as raising your vibration, just surrounding yourself with people that, you know, and continue to surround yourself with people that understand you, not people that want to take advantage of you and use you when it's convenient for them, you know. And there are so many forms of being taken advantage of. You know, you could be on the telephone with somebody and they will talk you to death. You can't get a word out, always talking about them. And then the moment you say something, oh, hey, I gotta go, can we do this later? Like, anybody got time for that? You know, so you can speak up and say, hey, you know, no, I'd rather for us to just, you know, speak in passing. I don't really want to talk to you, you know. And if they get a problem with it, that's them, right? So let's look at your final messages, excuse me. I don't know if this resonates or if I'm communicating this the way that I want to, but I hope it resonates. It makes sense in some form or fashion. Yeah, whether you are the one that needs to do the apologizing or someone needs to apologize to you, the openness to express on your truth is important. Now, if this is just you, if this is not dealing with someone, then I feel like this is saying to you to correct bad habits that you have, right? You could be disrespectful to yourself by engaging in things that is not wholesome to your health, mentally, physically, socially, whatever. And you might need to seek a therapist to help you to reflect on your truth. But again, retreating to meditate and also retreat, you know, said traumas, and then hopefully you will be able to raise your vibration when you see things for what they are. And I believe that the key term here is acceptance of what was, you know, acceptance that you don't have the control over everything, and that's okay. As much as we want to be, and I get it, but we have to learn these lessons, whether they're painful or not. Look, right off bat, The universe has my back. Okay, so while correcting your mistakes, the universe is looking after you, right? And the fact that this came out, right? That right there tells you straight up, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to assume that you are alone in this. Believe me when I say I understand what it feels like to feel unprotected. That, you know, the universe seems to be far away when you are struggling with people with low vibration making you feel some type of way. You just feel like you don't have anyone to turn to, because this world unfortunately only focuses on itself. And that's your first mistake. I want to say, if one of the mistakes is something that you need to correct, it's assuming that the universe is not paying attention to you. I want to put that on there. You know, because boom, the universe has my back and is looking after you and is going to guide you, okay? Everybody is getting this card, it seems. And any moment I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So with reflect on your truth, this is another moment to just kind of sit in the moment, process everything that's going on, and allow the universe to help you to see things for exactly what they are. Because somebody, I mean, look, the squeakiest wheel gets the most oil. You know, we have a lot of individuals that have a loud bark but no bite, but the sounds are threatening to the soul, right? So if you was just to sit with what was said, or whether it was on a positive or somebody was pleading for forgiveness or whatever the case may be, just sit, and don't sit in vengeance. Don't sit with anger. Allow the universe to move through you and see this person, you know, as someone that has a lot of healing to do. If it is someone that, you know, offended you. I don't want to say the whole Father forgive them for they know not what they do, because in some cases that is the case, but for some that deliberately knew what they were doing, it's not fair to throw that in your face like, oh, well, they didn't know what they were doing. No, they knew what they were doing. And it's just, you know, talking to the universe and telling it like, hey, I'm still kind of mad about this. Like, I'm having a hard time trusting that that this person is sorry. And you don't have to forgive a person right away, you know? But at the end of the day, when you have the presence of love, like I said, through stillness, contemplation, or prayer, then you won't be disappointed, because you will get that proper, you'll get the answers that you seek. And there's a fruit fly in here. How annoying. I can't wait until autumn comes. And then it says with retreat, it says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And this is exactly what you would be withdrawing into. Because we have some heavy energies out there, and it's just too much to handle, you know? Whether it's with the world, not even a single individual, just the world itself. Like, I can't stand looking at the headlines, because especially with what is it? It's not Microsoft. It's Internet, what is it? Internet Explorer, Edge, or something like that. Every single time it's talking about somebody dying. And I understand that death is a normal and natural occurrence, but it's like, oh my gosh, back to back to back to back to back. Like, can we please talk about something that is more, that is more influential, that will make me want to get out of bed? Like, sheesh, I can't stand it. So, the weight of the world is something else. And there are times where you do need to just fall back a little bit. Like for those that were on social media and, all you see is complaining and just feel the oh Lord, low vibrational energy. You got to fall back, because it can trigger things in you that's not supposed to be triggered. You could be projecting or putting their energy on yours and taking it as your own, feelings, and it may not even be yours, So when you just sit back and enjoy time with yourself and know that the universe has your back, the universe is not going to leave you at all. It wants you to rest your head on its bosom and just talk about your day, or just simply be. Just be. Okay? Because I feel like sometimes we overdo it. We feel like we're in a rush to do things. And no. Take the time to appreciate the lessons. Don't rush through these lessons. Okay? And then at the bottom of the deck we have, when I lean towards love, I am led. Just about, I'm going to say, a good handful of the readings that I've read for today have similar messages in this. Okay? The universe is always going to have your back. The universe is going to have your back before people will have your back, right? And that's okay. You have the right. I know I feel like a broken record, but I feel that you need to be reminded. Okay. You do not owe anyone an explanation as to why you choose to do what you do. Okay? You love yourself enough to walk away from things that are hurting you. You don't owe anyone an explanation. All right? I hope this reading resonated, because I was having a hard time stammering over my words, but I hope you understood what I was trying to say. If this reading resonates and you want to hit like, you want to drop a comment, you want to subscribe, or you want to tell your friends about me, that's great. I appreciate that. But what I really want you to do is this. When life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. Take care, my dear Leos. Bye.